Hello, Mr. Murayama. Here is your lovely, lovely watch. It's in nice condition. The only flaw I can see is the missing loom. There's your original back gasket. Look at that. Yep. And it's got 1, 2, 3 servicing marks in it. 3 servicing marks. Somebody loved this watch. Somebody loved this watch. For real. Well, it's servicing time. No, it wasn't tough. It was one of the genius things about Daini's designs over Sua is they worked really, really hard to minimize steps by integrating the rotating ring, the ball bearing diddly with the weight itself. They didn't have to do what Sua did, making complete winding bridges and all that stuff. It simplified it entirely. And their just love of using stamped parts versus machined. These are nice watches. Come on, out we get. There we go. And there that is. Yeah, look at that. Crown gasket, totally flat. Hard as plastic. Get that gasket off of there. It's going to come off in pieces, probably. Oops. It's still vaguely rubbery. Just getting your old gasket off here. Don't mind me. There it is. Here's your old crown gasket. You'll get that back and you can play with it. Do what you will. So it is resetting just a hair. Is it? Yeah, it's resetting about 1 second past top dead center. That's not something I'm going to be able to correct. Yeah, that's where it's sitting for sure. Oh, stop it. Get in there. Wow, that hand was barely on there. Well, I got them both. Wonders of static electricity. Keeping them in place. These handsets, they're really hard to find. Now I'm going to pull the dial. Oh wait, I already pulled the dial. Make sure that I'm in the right place. Would you stop it? Okay. Now, this barrel and train bridge, it has 2 diafix settings in it. I need to disassemble this bridge. I'm not going to do that on camera because I want to be right on top of all this stuff. Like this teeny tiny itty bitty little piece right here. I mean, I can deal with that one. Even that's, you know, it's a little dicey, but yeah, look at how dirty that is. But the actual diafix settings I need to be right on top of. But there they are. Okay, clean and disassemble that. And here's Dynie with their just love of stamped parts. It's unusual seeing one of these with no rust damage. They're almost always rust damaged. Yeah, it's really clever too. Look, these aren't even bolted together. They just kind of float in place, held there by springs and some of the other plates. It's a real specific thing that they did to minimize the number of parts needed in order to put one of these things together. mean, I don't know. People keep talking about resurrecting the 6139s and all that other kind of stuff. With the architecture that Seiko uses now for their movements, I mean, they're a lot closer to being able to produce a 7000 series chronograph. I bet you know, a lot of the parts they're using are the same. You know, the balances are still the same, for example. They could produce a Dynie style chrono, mechanical. Yeah, like in the 6000 series Sua chronographs, they have these different parts. This is the clutch here. These arms come in the Sua. They're two separate arms, two separate pieces with a spring that holds them together. So you've got three components that here is being done with one component, because this thing is both levers and the spring simultaneously. Yeah, I gotta. There we go. There it is. There is your chronograph wheel. The heart of the business. Yeah, ooh, man. Look at that. Your lower mainspring arm report is really worn on this. That's crazy for having so little. I guess it got a lot of wrist time, but wow, that's nuts. Look at that big scar. I think this is going to be one of those rare times when I'm going to need to jewel the lower mainspring arm report on this. Your upper bushing is worn too. I can repair that, but I'll have to look at it. Center wheel bridge. Or center wheel cock, if you want to get technical. Now let's get that dial off. There. Look at that, beautiful and unfaded. And your dial is dated February of 71. There's that dial date. You can see right there. Dial is beautiful. Loom is a little dingy. I can clean that up. I'll tell you what, whoever owned this watch and had it worked on 3 times did not go out in the sun a lot. Not faded. Actually, right, I want to do that first before I do anything else. I need to look at my notes about jeweling one of these, because that's the next thing I need to do. I want to use that, I'm going to use the date wheel guard as a guide. It's a real nice way to keep it so it needs to be. So I'm going to come back. Here is your complete mainspring, all taken apart. Your mainspring is a little wiggly. I'm going to try to straighten it out, but it's not sitting 100% flat. And it's also, I don't know, you probably can't see it. It has basically, it's like washboard on a dirt road. All the high points get hit. See those little black lines running sideways across the, like in the reflection there of the curve of it underneath my tweezers. You can see those lines. That's it's sort of like a washboard where it makes so the mainspring doesn't flow as smoothly. So I'll try and clean that up. It depends. We'll see. The rest of your movement is I got your jewel in, and I repaired your upspur mainspring bushing, and then I'll do this, and we'll see. Your cap is pretty worn. I might look to see if I've got a better one, because that one's pretty hacked up. I'm in the process of assembling your watch, and I was like, oh wait, I never showed him his mainspring arbor jewel. There it is, right there, that big ring jewel, right by the 22. So I machined that out and pressed in a bearing, and there it is. I also did a repair on the upper bushing because it was worn on one side, and so I dealt with that as well. There it goes. Now I'm going to put on the date dial guard, which is the silver plate that covers all of this stuff, and then flip it over and start building the train. Okay, let us see what happened. We've got about 2 minutes after starting to run in. It's really nice working on a movement that hasn't been sitting in rusty water. This one is so nice, and these are just so often they're beaten. Okay. Well, we got good initial amplitude. We got some beat error. First, I'm going to get rid of that beat error. I can see that'd be great. That would be absolutely fantastic. This is ridiculous. To heck with it. Okay. Okay, let's get this going. Get rid of that beat error. I'm going to take a stab a guess, and I'm going to turn the stud carrier clockwise, which will effectively shorten the hairspring, so the rate is going to go up. Moved it just a hair. Did I do anything? No. Nothing? Nothing. There, I moved it a bit. Oop, I was right. Okay, let's get that rate down. Whoops, too much. So I'm gonna try it. No, it's I just know I'm going to overshoot it. Yeah, see, I did. Now, there we go. Look at that beautiful amplitude. Now I'm going to try hit that beat error a little bit, see if I can clean up, and then drop it maybe to better accuracy. No, too far, too ambitious. A little bit more. Too much? Okay. There we go. I'm just watching the numbers. This is going to run in the 260s easy. Okay, while the numbers there are running, I am going to look at your case. Here's your case. All your seals were just grody, but the case itself is beautiful. It's in beautiful condition. No pitting or dirt anywhere. All nice and clean. Ready for your new button gaskets on the buttons to go in and get thinking about things. Okay, now I'm going to go and loom the minute hand. I just like looking at the numbers as they clean up and okay, well, here we are. There's the first watch. Your first watch, because you got two here. And I think it came out very well. This is, looking at your crystal, it had been polished pretty heavily, so it was given some distortion. It's usable, but it didn't look as nice as one of ours. This is a type 3 that I put in. That said, if you want to go back to your original crystal, it's totally usable. Just let me know. I was just, thinking that the clarity and the lack of distortion might be a thing. There is the hand that I reloomed. So I reloomed that hand to match this and the dial, and I think I did a pretty good job. Yeah, I think I did a good job. I improved where this sits a little bit, that main sweep. It's still a little bit this side, but that's it. Everything works as it should. Flyback works as it should. It's got the correct set for the spring diddly. It's a beautiful watch. This is a really nice watch. It's just so nice to see one of these that hasn't, that lived a good working life, that didn't involve lots and lots and lots of moisture. This is a nice watch. Cool. This is now the 4th time this watch has been serviced. Not many get 1. This one's gotten 4. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much, and we're off.